On the news tonight, African Union Summit ends with agreement for a joint vision 2030. Community Development Association identified as catalyst for grassroots development. Good evening and thanks for joining us on the news tonight. Reaching you live from NTA Ijebu ode at 7. I am Kehinde Amele. Now the news in details. The 6th EU African Union Summit has ended in Brussels with the heads of state and government committee for joint vision in 2030. This is the new driving force in promoting government priorities as well as preserving their interest. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that President Muhammadu Buhari will lead Nigeria's delegation in his steps in Abuja. The report.
The joint vision is aimed at consolidating a renewed partnership for solidarity, security, peace, sustainable and sustained economic development as well as prosperity for African and European citizens as closest partners and neighbors. To this end, a 150 billion euro investment package has been announced to support their common ambition of building a more diversified, inclusive, sustainable and resilient economies. The partnership, which also addresses both the immediate opportunities and challenges as well as long-term possibilities, shows commitment to ensuring a fair and equitable access to COVID-19 vaccines. Consequently, the EU is providing at least 450 million doses to Africa by the middle of this year, and on that, $3 billion has already been provided to the COVAX facility. Team Europe is also mobilizing 425 million euros towards ramping up the pace of vaccination on the continent. The joint vision similarly shows commitment by European Union to supporting the full-fledged African health sovereignty in order for the continent to respond to future public health emergencies. Resolutions were also adopted on, amongst others, peace and security cooperation, debt service treatment, economic integration, illegal migration, illicit financial flows, human capital, as well as infrastructure development towards achieving a prosperous and sustainable Europe and Africa. In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari is back in Abuja after getting Nigeria selected with 5 other African countries as host of the technology transfer hub for the manufacture of vaccines. He was received on arrival at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport by the Chief of Staff to the President, Minister of the FCT, Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of Finance and Administration, Director General, Department of State Services and other senior government officials. In Abuja, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Government at all levels must be committed, innovative and persistent towards preservation of quality and enduring infrastructure, capable of giving the people the needed productive and competitive edge to cater their lives. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo stated this as a flag-off of the construction of the Ajana-Oporoma Bridge in Bayelsa State. State House correspondent Gideon Ifade has the details.
This is wonderful. The people are happy. They are excited for what is happening here. And this has always been what the Vice President has been saying, that when the federal and the state government come together to work for the people, then the people are happy and their joy knows no bounds. Madam, now, you can see the Vice President is here.
Yes.
He belongs to another party. The state governor is here. He belongs to another party. But they are working together.
Yes.
How do you feel? What is the state saying to you?
In church, we are enjoying the government. The way that they operate, they come together, they move things together, so we are happy. Because even the Bible says, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. So, as we are in unity, we all are happy.
This is the mood here in Angiama end of the Yanagua to Oporoma Road. This has been the vision and commitment of the leaders of the state to completing what was imagined almost 60 years ago.
The governance is a continuum, and sometimes what began in the heart of Moses will find fulfillment in the hands of Joshua.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo flags off the construction of one of the bridges along the road here at Angiama, and he says the federal government is also committed to the project.
This is a partnership with the federal government of Nigeria. And President Muhammadu Buhari, in his typical open-mindedness, has done what previous administrations have not done. And I'm so happy and thankful that Governor Diri pointed this out. And that is refunding what has been spent by the state on this road. Making sure that what has been spent is refunded. That is the true spirit of partnership. And it's so important that we have in President Muhammadu Buhari and Governor Diri a combination that works.
That being a very difficult journey, taking over the construction of this 36-kilometer stretch of road, about 10 bridges have to be built, crisscrossing lakes, rivers, swamps, and at an astronomical cost.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo was honored by the traditional rulers of the area. The Vice President had earlier visited the Bayelsa Traditional Rulers Council at their secretariat in Yenagoa, where he was conferred with another chieftaincy title. In Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
The advent of COVID-19 left scar on various sectors of the economy, causing people to adopt a new lifestyle. While the world are grappling with that, education experts advise that adopting an aggressive strategic approach is needed to achieve an all-inclusive educational system for a better society. Ania Daniels reports.
Statistics from UNESCO reveals that presently 258 million children and adolescents are not in school, while 670 million children and adolescents cannot read and solve basic maths, and less than 40% of girls in sub-Saharan Africa completed lower secondary school.
The out-of-school students is one thing that is bedeviling the whole of the country, or not only Nigeria, the whole of the African nation. It's going to affect the society negatively.
This trend, education experts say, spells doom for Nigeria's educational system and detrimental to the actualization of the Sustainable Development Goals.
As also include poverty of ideas, poverty of the brain, poverty of the mind.
Changing course, transforming education. One way of achieving this, education experts say, is by promoting an all-inclusive digital education, especially in Nigeria, to bridge the gap created by the pandemic.
Zoom classes were held virtually, online, various documents, and even before we even went on for the lockdown, I already documented really. So at home too, though it wasn't easy.
My dad will not allow me to sleep. He will tell me every time I'll go and buy card. Whenever I buy card, I'll load it. I'll be waiting for the comments, but I will not see any comments until the data will not finish.
There are some universities, some colleges in Nigeria that have the infrastructure. They are doing pretty well. They are doing very well. But you see, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6%. 6 out of 100, that's not a good situation.
Most of them will complain that there's no light and all those things that will cause disruptions.
That is why I am asking government, private sectors to come together and make those things available for them.
Creating an affordable digital platform that will be attractive to everyone, these experts say, is all that is needed for Nigeria's educational system to compete favorably with those elsewhere. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
The news continues after this message.
Fake news which is shared for malicious purposes is a danger to our peace and security in Nigeria. Misinformation as fake news is a serious threat to our hard-earned democracy and promotes hatred and misunderstanding between our communities. We are all responsible for stopping the spread of fake news in its tracks. So, always check the source and credibility of any news item. Say no to fake news. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information.
We are welcome back. Community Development Association remains the most vibrant partner in progress to fast-track development at the grassroots and bring the people closer to the government. Now, this came to the fore at the first annual Community Day of Ifedapo Area Community Development Committee held at St. James United Primary School, Atiba. Correspondent Joe Opola reports that the occasion also featured launching of CDC secretariats and conferment of awards. The reports.
Ijebu ode CDC, since its creation, has been a catalyst for grassroots development as it has ignited a passion for participation of residents on salient issues affecting them. The first community day of Ijebu CDC, which was well attended by various CDAs, is to strengthen the existing bond and chart a new course for the development of the community. The occasion was an opportunity for the people to unwind. The chief launcher, who is also the commissioner for special duties, Mr. Olufemi Ogunbanwo, in his remark congratulated Ijebu area community CDC for its laudable initiative and championing development at the grassroots. He assured that he will support their vision of a secretariat for the CDC.
Government cannot do it alone. When I was growing up, I was a member of Ijebu ode Development Association. We are trying to mobilize the people towards the development of the area. So what they are doing today is something that the government really appreciates, and we are also in support because we believe we cannot do it all alone. So we commend their efforts and we always support them.
Chairman Odogbolu local government and other dignitaries who received award at the event said the giant strides of the CDC is worthy of emulation.
We should continue to support the government in making sure that our government policies are enhanced to the grassroots, because they are the closest to the grassroots, and of course they've been assisting us in a very great way. They help in mobilizing for COVID-19 vaccination and so many other things. They join hands with the government in making sure some of the roads are graded, and of course as regards security, they give us vital information as to how we can help in curbing crimes.
The role of CDA in terms of development in the community, there's no way we could cast it aside, because these are the eye of government in each and every community, and we must take it. We must take the responsibility of being the community leaders and community members, because we see things before the government seeing it.
Earlier in his keynote address, the chairman of Ijebu ode CDC, Prince Adesonya Daniel, commended the resilience of the executives of the various CDAs and appealed to the traditional rulers to encourage participation in CDA activities while also appealing for donation of land to build the secretariat. He used the occasion to remind government representatives of the need to address deplorable roads and electricity challenges in the rural areas.
Then we were able to build more CDAs in various CDC, in various communities. So with this, we are seeing a collective effort in terms of projects. Electrification project is going on in all the CDAs. Likewise, the grading of roads is going on in all CDAs. So we thank God that the area CDC that has been so far from us is now within us. It's a unique environment that's supposed to bring us together, such that it will be a legacy for this area CDC, that wherever you are hearing CDA, CDC, within your ward, you must have a base, and that base is the secretariat we are looking at now. And that is why we have tried to meet our leaders that if we are able to give us a land, then we can raise funds to build the structure.
Various baales present at the event described the achievement of the CDC as remarkable. The occasion, which was an opportunity to reward excellence, featured cultural dances from pupils of St. James United Anglican Primary School and the Agbo Masquerade. From Atiba, Joel Ukwola, NTA News.
engaging in regular exercise may not totally be one-size-fits-all solution to all illness. A checker has achieved a cheaper remedy of preventing various health challenges to check the prevalence of cardiovascular diseases in other strenuous conditions among residents of Lagos State. Members of the Rotary Club Lekki Phase 1 District 9110 are advocating regular routine of physical exercise. Adeni Taiwo completes the report.
In a highly congested environment such as Lagos State, high prevalence of heart-related conditions such as cardiovascular disease is often stress-induced. Medical experts want residents to choose the prevention option by adopting regular physical exercise as a lifestyle. Members of the Rotary Club of Lekki Phase 1 District 9110 Nigeria are queuing behind this message with a roadwork in Lagos to call attention to the health benefits of regular exercise, thereby promoting public health.
Cardiovascular disease generally most often do not have symptoms. They are silent diseases, you understand? And it is prevalent in our environment, usually among the elderly. We know that with routine exercise and other form of exercise, it may help to prevent some of these diseases.
Even if it's 30 minutes a day work, they should do. It's very, very important. It helps you. And also, as you try to keep healthy, you must make sure that your environment is clean.
We incorporated sanitation. So you could have seen us picking up all the debris on the road so that we keep our environment cleaner.
Young Jason Oko took part in the Walk for Life. Even at age 7, he sees the nexus between routine physical exercise and immunity against some diseases.
That's why all these COVID-19, Omicron are coming.
I'm advocating now. I'm saying to all of you out there, so that we can live long, happy and healthy, I encourage everyone to try and walk.
As a member of the Rotary Club International, Rotary Club of Lekki Phase 1, District 9110 Nigeria has since its establishment on June 29, 2008 been making a difference, especially in the areas of fighting diseases and promoting peace. In Lagos, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
And that does it on the news tonight. But before we go, let's take a look at the major stories. African Union Summit has ended with agreement for a joint vision 2030. Community Development Association has been identified as catalyst for grassroots development. That does it on the news tonight. Reaching you from NTA Ijebu ode. Once again, I am Kende Amele. Good night.